Today we're going to be doing a short series to help you ease into sleep. These are intended to do at the end of the day to wind yourself down from a busy day, to activate all of your muscles, but also really allow yourself to rest and restore and relax before bed. So we're going to start standing, and we're going to start with your feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. We're just going to allow yourself to plant your feet down. We're going to take your hands back behind you. We're going to do a nice little circle around. We're going to start to find your breath. So we're going to take an inhale back, exhale around. And I want you to try to unclench every piece of your body. So that means your face, your toes, your fingers. We're oiling up the shoulders. We're breathing. You can start to feel how this movement starts to maybe become a little bit bigger as we get a little bit of warmth in the shoulders. We're going to keep your head in line with your spine. And let's do a couple more here. We're going to start to add some upper body movement. So we're going to round through the body. We're going to take yourself down to the floor. We're going to peel yourself up one vertebrae at a time, coming back to center. We're going to go down and around. Dropping the head down, peeling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. And circle. So feeling how we're articulating from the full spine. We're finding ourselves planted down to the floor, but really giving yourself a nice stretch out through the backs of your legs by shifting your weight into your heels. Let's do two more. I'm finding myself closing my eyes on the way down also, so if that feels right for you, you can go ahead and do that too. From here, we're going to take yourself around. We're going to melt yourself down to the floor. And we're going to grab onto your elbows. We're going to let your head hang. We're going to do a little rock side to side. So I'm shifting my weight from one leg to the next, but I'm really allowing gravity to pull my chest down to the floor. We're breathing. It's best to close your eyes here if you feel nice and stable on your feet. One more each side. Find yourself through the center. We're just going to relax here for a second. My knees are just slightly bent. Hips are shifting up to the ceiling to get a really nice stretch through the back of your legs. We're going to release the hands down to the floor and just slowly melt yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Try not to power through this, really taking your time with every little vertebrae. At the top, we're going to roll your shoulders back, and we're going to slowly walk your feet a little bit closer to each other. We're going to take your hands out to the side. So what we're going to do here is take one leg backwards. We're dropping your foot down, and we're going to flex your foot so it's facing forward. And we're going to go into a big stretch. We're just going to hold the stretch for a second. Feel how we're really pushing through the foot, reaching out through this arm. We can slowly drop this hand down, keeping this stretch. We're going to do a little circle around. Step your feet out to the side. Let's go opposite side here. We're going to go flex, big stretch, reaching out through the body. Slowly drop your hand down. Continue with this stretch. Stepping yourself out. We're going to take one hand on your hip. We're going to take it out. Big stretch here. We're going to step it out to the side, and you're just going to slide your hand back. Okay, we're going into a step, reach, slide this hand back. Reach through here. As we're moving our bodies, we're focusing on how we can elongate out of the body and the back, but we're still finding a little core activation here too, right? So even when we're stretching, we're making this a nice dynamic stretch. Big stretch. Let's do one more. Let's go over to the other side. So opposite arm, stepping this foot back. We're going big reach. Slide the hand back. Big, nice stretch. And back. Breathing through. Focusing how we can really kind of try to take the chest nice and open as well as the back and the hips. So getting ourselves prepped for laying all the way flat and horizontal for a while. We want to make sure our hips are nice and mobilized too. One more here. And then out. We're taking your hands out to the side. We're going to flex your palms, bring your hands in towards each other, stretching it all the way back, opening up the chest. We're going to flex your palms, bring it together here, stretch it all the way nice and open. So we're getting a really nice median nerve stretch. I really want you to flex all the way through your hands so you feel this nice stretch through the middle fingers. Let's go open. We have a couple more here. We're breathing. You can allow yourself to almost take a little squeeze of your shoulder blades, but try not to take your ribs out. Breathing. Really checking into your breath. Make sure nothing in the body is being clenched. So if that's your neck, give your jaw a little wiggle. Let's do one more here. We're dropping your hands down. We're going to take your hands onto your hips as we slowly start to take your feet out a little bit wider. So we're finding a little bit of a wider stance through here. We're going to shift your weight over to one heel, and I want you to take your weight backwards. We're going to open up the heel. Hold here for a second. Take it back. Hold for a second. Try to even out your shoulders. Open up the hip. Let's go in here. Open. And then we're going to take yourself down to the floor. We're going to flex that opposite foot wherever this feels comfortable for you. If you're a little bit more lifted, that's okay. We just want to get a really nice stretch through your hips. We're taking a deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. We're going to do a little shift over to the side and then go down. Okay, little shift over to the side and down. Let's do two more here. One more. And hold for a second. We're going to slowly take your feet back into parallel, and you can walk your feet in a little bit closer. Let your head hang heavy. Then let your arms hang heavy. And slowly rolling yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to roll your shoulders back. We're going to take your legs out nice and wide again. Hands are going to go on your hips. We're going to shift your weight over to the opposite side, evening out your shoulders here. We're going to open, little dip, take it parallel. Good, we're opening up the hip. We're almost just trying to ease into the stretch. So if you're feeling any sort of back pain, you can elevate your chest up a little bit higher. And we're breathing, one more here. And then we're going down, flexing the foot. Deep inhale and exhale, especially when we're in more of a static stretch here. You want to really make sure you're breathing. Shifting your weight over to the side and down. Little shift and down. One more here. And then we're going to take your legs in parallel. You can slowly start to walk your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to let your head hang and then letting your arms hang. Soften those knees, slowly rolling yourself up. One vertebrae at a time, with your head being the last piece. We're going to roll your shoulders back. We're going to keep your feet where they are. We're gonna take a deep inhale. We're gonna lift the arms all the way up, lifting up through the core. We're gonna slowly take the hands back, melt yourself down to the floor. We're peeling it up, taking this slow. Lifting your hands all the way up, taking them back behind you, melting down. Slowly rolling yourself up. Okay, all the way up through here. Deep inhale. Back, melting down. One more. Inhale. Let's hold your hands behind your back. Let your head hang here. We're still shifting your weight onto your heels. Give your toes a little wiggle. Closing your eyes. We're going to nod your head and shake your head. Slowly release your arms down to the floor. Let them hang. And when you're ready, we're peeling yourself up very, very slowly, one vertebrae at a time with a soft bent knee. Let your head be the very, very last piece. And we can roll your shoulders back. And you're all done. Great job.